Hello. I forgot it was the other way around. Sorry, guys. Okay. Welcome back to Finish It Friday, the second video. So, like most of us who work, whether you're an artist or not, sometimes we forget to eat. Well, I fully approve the message to make sure you eat. I just had like a bean salad, some mandarin oranges, and a spoonful of peanut butter. And I feel better. My brain was starting to go. I know when I can't like talk through something kind of normal that it's time to eat some food. And I did it by sitting outside. I took my socks off and stood in the grass in the sun for a bit, for a couple bites. And then the dog came and sat next to me. Then the cat came and sat with me. And then the other cat came and sat underneath me. So just had a little animal picnic with some quick food. Because believe it or not eating can really make a difference in your artwork. I don't know why I'm pausing like if I were Obama. Okay. Putting in that white line that I realized I forgot. When you're an artist that bounce around, sometimes you forget spots. Like, a lot of times we forget to paint the edges of things, the outside of the canvas. This obviously is not part of that, but that's okay. So that's looking more like what I wanted. I might darken up the edges up here and down here with some darker blue. I think it's time to go in and really get these, the face going here. So I'm gonna try again with my normal method of blending. It wasn't really working with this surface earlier. So I'm not sure if it was just because it was too wet, if it was because it was drying really fast, or what. See, like it's drying. See, look at that. Can't even... Even I get frustrated sometimes. Like, how am I supposed to do my blending? Look, that's so big and unblended. Like, I don't like it. It's okay to throw fits sometimes. And my grays are all dry now because I took a break. But I'm not going to regret that. That was safety. Health purposes. I wouldn't have been a good host if I was hungry. Hangry is a real thing, just in case some of you didn't know. Okay, that's a little better. I mean, it's not how I usually do it, but it's okay. And that's me telling myself it's okay, not you. Let's see if I can move it a tad without messing it up. Okay, at least there's nobody on right now. And if there is, it doesn't tell me you're there, so I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of brown and some white. Like I said, I'm a bouncer. I see a color, I see a problem or something that I want to deal with before I forget what my idea is. I'm totally okay with that. I think that sometimes it might make me mess up on something because I'm getting distracted. But if I don't take action towards the thing that I feel is calling me, then I'll forget that. And like some of the stuff is pretty obvious that I know I'm gonna do, so I'm not too worried about it. As to, oh, that worked better. Maybe I'm just not being quick enough. See, that blended? Yep, I'm not being quick enough with some of it. Okay, so since I have red out, I'm gonna do his, okay, apparently my brain's still not all the way here. That's okay. I'm going to do his shoulder pads. Goodness. I was gonna say, I wish someone was on here, then I could be like, what are those things called? But I figured it out. So his shoulder pads are red, and that is because when I was in fashion school, I used to use, the normal everyday pin cushion that looked like a little tomato, because I always thought it was cute. And because he is a tailor or fashion designer or creative sewer, what do you call a male? Are males still seamstresses? I don't think so. They're tailors, right? Okay. So yeah, he has these little pin cushions for his shoulders. The reason why there's a dent here is because he has a little patch. So I'm gonna do that too. And get some of that color in there. I love doing fashion design. It was one of the things that I was really passionate about when I was living in Arkansas. I used to sit up really late at night when I was in high school because I couldn't sleep. There was a lot of sad stuff going on in my house. And my way of dealing with it was art. And at the time I would draw fashion, which is why I ended up going to fashion school. I don't think I picked the right school, though. Or maybe I shouldn't blame it on the school and just decide that... I don't know if I ever lost interest. For me, I always have said that, like, it just seemed like it was really hard to be an actual fashion designer, that most of the time you would end up in some, like, side field where you would, be like somebody who worked with being like office people. Very rare to be like an actual full-blown designer. And when I noticed that, I was like, I don't know if this is for me, because I don't think it's gonna lead me where I want to be. So and the school got bought out. And when the school got bought out, I lost all my credits, which was all of the money my grandparents had saved up for me to be able to go to college. So I quit that school and went to a different one. That's where I fell in love with sculpture. Fingers are tools too, guys. We're getting somewhere with this. All right. Do his collar, and then we're going to go in on the piece that makes me the most nervous. His face. I'm going to get some of that bronze yellow that I like. It's really like a gross color, but it works super well on my artwork. It's one of my colors I use all the time. Let's see, I think because it tends to look natural in a antique-y way. There's something about this color that I really enjoy. But if you were to look at it on its own, it's like a pretty gross looking color. And as far as I remember when I first started doing artwork, a lady that I looked up to, that I still do, she always would tell me, like, you have to do your own art, like quit copying stuff like Disney. And I didn't understand. One, because I was like, yeah, right, like I could come up with something that cool and original. And it took a long time for me to come up with stuff like this. And then, then you have like branding. Like, how are you going to brand your stuff? Well, if you use the same colors all the time, you tend to get a color palette that becomes your brand. I do the same type of eyes a lot of the time. And they have a background meaning, but I'm not ready to tell you guys yet. And I'm an open book. But, I don't know. I'll save that for when I'm really famous. So we got the collar on there now, and we're going to go in and do the neck and the face. I still feel like his head is too small, especially because this bottle is ginormous. But if we get going through it and it seems like it's I still feel that way, then we'll make some decision on how to adjust that. So I'm going to add a little bit of white to get the highlights going in. Feel free to say hello or ask questions if you are watching. Just getting these mixed colors in there. Yeah, his proportions are off and it's bugging me. We're gonna keep going and hopefully we'll fix it. Okay, so the reason why his face and skin are hard for me is because he is different colors of green. And if I don't blend it well, it's not gonna look right. And since this has been a tough piece due to the type of wood it is to blend, I am a little nervous. So unlike usual, I'm actually gonna pour out my different shades of green. Pour out as I'm banging. They get old and then they don't wanna, but sometimes I just get it off the top of the lid, but it looks like the lid is even, there it is, a little dry. So, I'm using some neon colors for the highlights. And then I need some really dark green, but that's difficult because sometimes it comes out like too dark and you can't really see it. It'll be like almost black. And this is a more translucent green, which can be a problem too. And if you're looking on here, it will kind of show you like if it's translucent or not. So I'm gonna go in with the dark first. I'm gonna take some of that bronzy yellow and add to that, and maybe even a little bit of brown to get kind of an olive color. So that will be the dark, not the foresty color. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get lower in my chair. Whee! So I can be closer. Feel free to comment. I'll check every once in a while. I now am so low I can't see the comments on my phone. Hello, if there's anybody new out there. All right, so we're going in. I'm gonna extend it just a tad bit more than it is. I'm gonna go over the top of the bottle. I'm gonna take the darker color and place it where the shadows would be. We're doing it, Alyssa, we're doing it. We're going in for the part that I'm nervous about. I'm extending his face a little, which adds an idea of the paint is drying so fast. Not a fan of this right now. Okay, I'm extending his face a little so that it's better proportioned to his shoulders. His neck is looking funny right now. I am not feeling it, but that's okay. We'll panic together. Everybody scream, ah! No. I don't like how the brush strokes show. So what I'm going to do right now is go through what my brain is doing. My brain is going, no. I don't like the brush strokes. I don't like that it's drying so fast. I don't like that it's translucent. I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's drying really fast. Maybe it's my light. I don't know. I feel like it's getting hard for you guys to see too. So I'm trying to, it's a little too bright almost. Okay. It looks pretty freaky right now. All right, I'm gonna go in with a different color. I'm going to knock it down, mute it a little bit so it's not so weird looking. Like I said, I'm not digging this. This is the ugly stage. This is the stage that every artist goes through when they feel like they're gonna throw up. When they literally feel like they're going to go insane because it's terrifying and not looking like you want it to. So I muted down that one green. I'm going in, I'm giving some rubs, trying to hide these brush strokes because they're horrid. When you watch my videos, I'm going to be very honest. And I think because most people, when they do art videos, they don't talk about like how much they're freaking out. It's always like, oh, that looks great, and we're gonna do this, and look how beautiful that. Nope, we're gonna talk about the fact that sometimes we honestly freak out. We honestly are like hold my breath on this. See, and normally I can kind of walk away from that line that I just did and make more before I have to blend, but it's like so fast. And this blocking I'm doing always makes it look so weird. And it could be that I just need a different brush. See, look, it's already dry. What the heck? This was not happening on last week's Friday, so we're gonna go through this together. The ugly stage is usually when you give up. And maybe I hyped myself up with being scared of this part that now I'm actually having trouble with it. Who knows? It's either because I knew it was going to be a problem or I made it a problem myself. Also, when you're working on different surfaces that you're not used to, sometimes you have to try new things. So I'm going to try it like this. He's going to have a beard. So some of that's going to look better once I get the beard in. Yeah, this paint is so weird on this surface. Good thing we got calm music going right now, huh? You wouldn't want some like crazy rock and roll because you'd probably throw it against the wall. Alright, in with the dark again. It's like I need this paintbrush but smaller. So since I'm finding that out, I'm going to look in my crazy... Nope. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to go for the big guns. Here we go. We're gonna open up the box of who knows what. This is an old box of really old crazy paintbrushes. So what we're looking for is something this size. No, something this style, just smaller. So I took out most of the good ones in here, but I guarantee you every once in a while another one will pop up that you didn't see and it'll be perfect. So don't ever throw away your crappy brushes. These are all like weird, too soft, or look at this one, it might be perfect. Like this is a crappy paintbrush as far as its condition, but sometimes those crappy ones are literally what makes my piece of artwork. Now the rest of this looks good. This is another point where I would look at it from a different angle. Maybe in the mirror, maybe I would take a picture of it or put it really far away and then walk really far away. Okay, I'm gonna go in with those darks. Oh, it's gonna get thick this way. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we got some of the... Now, hi, Grandma. Yay, Grandma's here. We're working on a piece and we're struggling through it. This is one of those pieces that you just feel like is not working out. But that's art sometimes, huh? My grandma's been a very amazing supporter of my art from the very beginning. So everybody say hi to Grandma. Alright, so we're having trouble with this peaking because we're using this strange wood box that has a very weird texture, and the paint is wanting to dry really fast on me. So we're just getting through it. We're gonna see how to do this on this new surface. Everything else has been okay, but I knew I was gonna have to blend with this particular part of it, and it's not wanting to blend. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Alyssa says, hi, Grandma. Alyssa is one of the amazing artists that works in my sessions, and we've become really good friends. I'm pretty much become friends with all of my people. I've always been that way, even as a kid. You can ask Grandma. Was she always like this? Lily's the same way. She makes friends with anybody. It's just who we are. Okay. So the blending is kind of working, not like normal at all. This is interesting. It's also small, like a small piece. So you have to work in smaller conditions, smaller space. And sometimes working in smaller space really makes a difference. That's why you see small art can be expensive sometimes. When you see it and you're like, but it's so small. Like, yeah. So it was really hard to do compared to a big canvas. Where there's more to cover, and because it's big, it seems like it would be more expensive. Oh, look, the paint is literally lifting off. Look at that. We might have run into an actual problem. Not just a Holla can make it work problem. All right, let's see what happens here. Maybe I should do some more stippling instead of rubbing. I'm used to rubbing on canvas and wood to get that nice blend. And if you are an artist on here, I know you've been through that, where you've worked with a new material. I think Alyssa melted something the other day, or a week ago or so. It's difficult when you're working with something new. Blah. Okay. So I might do something I don't normally do, which is go ahead and put the eyes on. I usually do that after I put some of the nose details and stuff, but I think I need to. The eyes always make me feel better. They always make me feel like the character is coming to life. So maybe I just need to do that. And I'm going to put his beard on. If I can find the brown on my messy palette. Maybe if I put his beard on. Because that'll help with what his neck looks like right now. Alright, so we're gonna get it in on here. Remember, if this is for sale, I haven't decided yet. And I know that you were watching. If you said hi, then I will know you are on here, and you will get free shipping or a nice little discount for watching. This is one of those pieces that's going to take me a while because I still have to do the inside. Luckily, it won't be this type of painting. It looks a little better once I get his nose on. So, like I said, I'm going to do some, but I've learned if you half melt it, it looks pretty cool. Yes, that's exactly it, Alyssa. When you find those weird things that happen, it's like creating something that maybe nobody else has done because you were scared enough to make, or you were brave enough to make the mistake, and then take that mistake and find a way for it to become something that might be something that only you do, because a lot of times people will take the mistake and fix it. But sometimes if you embrace the mistake, then you end up with something that's like a weird little niche that works just for you. Going in with a little bit of a highlight color here. Not on all of it, just on some of it. Now I'm going to try to, as quick as possible. Oh no, it's got green on it. Clean your brushes, Hala. Okay. Get a little bit of a... There. Still don't like it. This might be one of those ones that I have to walk away from. Okay. Oh, Grandma, when I'm done with this, remind me to order paint. I keep forgetting. I need white. I need a couple different browns. I need mostly white, brown, and black. And no, you don't need to buy it for me. Just remind me to buy it, because I keep forgetting for like every time. Not right now, goofball. My grandma is very sarcastic. She likes to play jokes. Like when I was little and I would say, I'm bored, and she would say, hi, I'm Kathy. Heard that one all the time. I used to try to say it to Lily, but then she would get super upset. So white, brown, and black. Yes. All right. So this character has one small eye and one large eye. Some of my characters have two of the same sizes. Like I said, that'll be something I'll explain to you guys later. It's kind of a secret right now. Oh no, call the police, Hala's bored. Yep. And there was one with like the violin or something, singing, playing I Feel So Sorry For You or something. I don't know. But now I get it, because when you're a mom, your kids are always like, I'm bored. And you're like, go find something to do. And they're like, there's nothing to do. And I'm like, oh yeah, because all the toys in your room are so boring. Okay. My heart cries for you. That's what that was. Playing the world's smallest violin. Or she would go like this. This is the world's smallest violin playing My Heart Cries for You. Torturing kids. So much fun. Okay. So I feel a little better with the blending. I think just because the beard and the eyes kind of cover the splotchiness of the blending. He still needs eyebrows, ears, lips, and a nose. So I'm just going to go ahead and place the line where that will be. I always fight with myself about whether I should outline things in black, because I really like outlining things in black, but I've always felt like if I do that, it makes it look like a little kid's coloring book or something that's not like artwork. Like, I always felt like it cheaped it down or something. But I've gotten a little more over that, and I just decide that, like, if my brain is like, that should be outlined, I just kind of do it. And thank you for all of you that are here on Finish It Friday, where you guys enjoy listening to me gab about dropping my paint and my paintbrush and my paint. You guys listen to me gab about all kinds of things. You guys said you like it, so this is what we're doing. I eyebrow. I know that the color on here has changed a bit. His eyebrows will actually be brown, but I'm just putting in the details so that I can decide how I want to do it. It's kind of like sketching with my paintbrush. I definitely do that a lot. See, my brain wants to overcompensate and feel like putting the black lines in will fix the stuff that I don't like, since I'm really frustrated with his face. I think too because he's so personal to me. Like, I know his story, I know his life. He's not just like a random character that I'm painting. He's Trenton, the Peking, the captain. He's the main character. So I do have, some short stories that are going to come out hopefully at some point soon. And you'll get to learn more about this character. Like I said, I didn't expect him to be the main character at all. My grandma has actually helped me. She convinced me to keep writing my stories because I don't know, I just did it for fun, and I doubted that I would be able to actually write because of learning disabilities and things that happened in the past. But she was the one that was like, no, you should do that. And so she started editing my stuff. And she started doing it like a lot. And then she started being curious. And then we kind of just went for it. And then when she started getting too busy, I went into Word Splurge. And I've continued to work on it. And that's where we're at right now. So my goal is to finish one of my short story books, as soon as I can, so that I can show my grandparents, make them proud. Okay. Getting a teeny tiny itty bitty brush. I'm going to roll it in my white. Oh no, guys, my phone is dying. Oh, good gosh. Scared me. So now he's got a little white dot there. That's thanks to Pippin. That's okay. We'll just keep going. Silly dog. Alright, feeling a little better. Kind of getting there. My cat is crying. I'm telling you guys, this house is insane. Dog barking, cat crying, the other cat fighting. It's like they have it out for me. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit of light, like super light highlight green. Go in again with some slight highlights wherever the light would hit. Looking a little bit more like him. I think since my phone is dying, I'm going to have to go because I use my phone for my camera. But I'm going to at least try to add some ears. Especially because he has some earrings that he wears, or a earring on one side that he wears. Oh my gosh. I totally messed up his ears. Plug it in, plug it in. I would, but I have an issue with the fact that the way I have this set up, I don't know if it'll reach. I'll try before I leave. There's obviously something going on outside because Pippin is mad. Alright, I'll try to plug it in. Should I plug it in? Are you guys still into it? You guys still want to watch? Okay. Let me unfold myself. Okay, let's see. Here's this. Alyssa says, yes, plug it in. It's because, like, where I have to plug in my work is, like, the opposite direction of a outlet. Like, I have to use an extension cord. Hang in there, guys. Alright, so you're plugged in, but now I don't have a light because I can only plug one thing in at a time on this side. Like you said, you just deal with what you got to deal with when it comes to trying to make things work, right? I'll try to see if I can get a little bit more light that direction. So if I don't use a light, can you still see pretty well? Pippin. My dog is singing for you guys. I think he's singing about the neighbors. All right, so make sure it's actually, okay, yeah, it's charging. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of white. Soon I'll be playing with some gold, so you guys will get to see that. Gonna highlight. Seems dark to me, so I do hope you guys can see well. I have my computer up so that I can see comments if it's lagging. And it looks really good on the computer, but on my phone it looks really dark. And not just the phone, like my eyeballs are like, wow. So for Finish It Friday, eventually what will be happening is I will be going to starting on some big pieces. Pieces that I've just really wanted to finish. Right now, I started Finish It Friday with these small pieces just to see how it would go, if it would work or not. Wow, that's not even gold and it looks gold. So if this gets a little bit more popular, if people really seem to be interested, then I'll go in and start doing my big pieces. So I feel like switching up. I'm going to take a break with him because I don't want to start obsessing over how he looks. That's when I walk into... I'm not good at keeping things simple. I tend to like overdo it and be like detail. So once I finish outlining his ears so that I feel like they're a part of his head, I'm gonna start working on some of the odd areas. which is over here. I don't know what I'm doing on these edges. So after I'm done with this, if you missed the first half, it's downloaded and on both my Session Stars group and my Sweet Issues page. Eventually, I might upload them to YouTube. I don't even really use YouTube or watch YouTube, but I do have a YouTube channel, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, if you missed the first video, that one is up, because I did two. So far I'm doing 2. I had to stop and take a food break. So once it starts getting a little more popular, if it does, I will start working on the ginormous pieces. Most of you who have ever come into my home have seen my ginormous pieces. They're like my height. You know when Michael's has that 80% off sale? That's when I go and buy like the $100 canvases. And then I never use them. But I have 2 in the works. And they are looking really good. So I really want to finish them. Outlining makes all the difference to me. Even though I still get nervous about using outlines because I don't want it to look little kid-like. But I know my fingers in the way, hang on. But that's also why my stuff is Sweet Issues, is because it has a little kid flair to it. That's an important symbol on his forehead. There are several characters that have that on their forehead, and there's a very significant meaning to it, but you'll have to wait till my books come out to find out more. Ha ha ha. I shouldn't have teased. My camera got mad. Okay. It's hard to go with our instincts because we fear that they will be wrong. Like what I just did. But that's okay. I just always feel like things are fixable, you know? Like, the worst thing that could happen is I don't like it and I have to spend more time on doing it over. And yep, I'm weird. I outlined before I'm even finished with, like, this piece still needs like portholes and stuff. But I'm not worried about it. It doesn't look like a boat either because it doesn't have its little sail like it usually does, so that needs a stick. I don't know what it looks like, bread right now. Thank you, Grandma. All right. So, really getting tired of using black and gray. And so I don't get tired of doing the whole piece, I'm going to move to a new color. It's just going to be a matter of what type of blue I want to use. So I'm going to go in with this blue, which I'm slightly concerned about whether it's what I really want or not. So let's just go for it and see if I decide that it sucks. Ooh. Pippin always sounds so mad. Ooh. Guess that's how dogs are supposed to sound. All right. Okay, for a base, this isn't too bad. So, since this is the second video and I have a few new viewers, I'm going to go ahead and just let you guys know one more time. Throughout the week, every week, I will be putting up a post with the 4 finish it pieces that you can vote on. So just because I'm doing this one this week does not mean I'll be doing it next week unless you guys all decide to vote for me to continue this one. So it could get trickier. You guys will have to come and vote to make sure you get the one you want. So if you think I should finish this one, you're going to have to make sure you vote, because there might be other people who really want, because it was a tie for a little while. It was a tie, and everybody was between this one and this one. So we'll have to see what happens. See if you guys vote on this one again for me to finish it, or if you guys are going to be tired of this one and decide that you want something else. Just picking the right paintbrush. Watering down my paint. Okay. And thank you to the people who did vote. Very helpful. I was worried at first because there was not very many votes. And if that does happen, if I end up with, I will just pick one, or maybe finish whatever one I did last. Let's see, what time is it? I gotta go get my daughter from school here in a minute. So sadly, this Finish It Friday is coming to an end. Thank you so much for being here and asking toucher questions. Hi, Joy. I was wondering if you were here. Joy says she can't be tired of this one. I don't remember. Did you vote for this one? Let's see. I have my list. Joy. No, you actually voted for the other one. So I'll be putting up, no worries. No worries. I'm just glad that you enjoy it. You know, whether you get to be here or not, your support means the world to me. I really appreciate it. And, you inspire me all the time in Word Splurge. So yeah, you voted for 4. So, Joy, what I was just telling everybody else is every week I will post 4 options and you guys can vote. Just because this one was picked this week does not mean that I will continue to paint it next Friday. It'll go up as one of the 4 to be chosen from, but if it doesn't get voted on, it'll have to wait till next time. So if you want to vote for number 4 again for next week, please do. If you've decided you actually like this one and you want to vote for this one, you can vote for whichever one you want. And for right now, I do have to go and get my daughter from school. But this is where we got so far. Other than the crown, the compass, and the stars, it was the only thing we had on here. So we did pretty good. Oh, Joy, you missed it. I was battling with this guy's face. Like, it was so hard for me. But we got through it. If you want to go back and watch what you missed, the first video was posted on both Session Stars and my Facebook page, Sweet Issues Art, and on the personal profile, which you're watching now. This Friday was broken up into 2 little sessions because I was good and I took a break. I stretched and had a picnic with my animals all by myself outside, just us fur people in the grass, and ate food so that I wouldn't be grumpy. All right. Finding yourself is a journey. When you feel yucky, don't forget. So much love to you all. Thank you for your support, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.